Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing, Robbie?
Good. First of all, I'd like to compliment you and congratulate you on your new role. In my 20 some odd years of being in Fort McMurray, the downtown revitalization program is by far, in my opinion, the most successful that I've ever seen. So first of all, how did you come up with it?
So it was obviously it was a team effort, but what the genesis of it was, we had quite a lot of impediments to economic development and growth in our region over the last few years, mostly based on the market. But what was really pushing that issue in our downtown especially was COVID, which obviously impacted the entire region. But while COVID was happening, we also had the floods. And during that time, we saw a lot of businesses who were put in a position to have to decide whether they were going to close their doors permanently or if they had to relocate somewhere else. And we seen that a lot of the downtown businesses, being mainly family-run businesses, smaller businesses, were faced with these type of decisions. So in the background, we had, as a planning and development team, been talking about doing some sort of incentive program for a while. And that was sort of the push that we really needed, with the timeline obviously being quite quick because nobody anticipated that flood, or COVID for that matter. We then decided the time to issue and launch the grants was in the summer of 2020, which is what occurred in the downtown at that time.
When you brought this program forward to downtown to try out, what were some of the responses you got?
What we found to be the biggest impediment was the actual awareness of the program. And that's where we had to go, like, literally door to door, knock on doors while following the COVID restrictions. We were also seeing that restaurants were suffering quite a lot because they weren't able to have people inside their establishments. And we were making sure that while we were doing the incentive program, we were also pushing the patio piece too, and getting restaurants established and able to be served outside as well.
Did this sort of just kind of reactivate a need for downtown where people maybe had given up, but now with this program, it's created kind of like, hey, wait a second, let's revisit our downtown?
It's given businesses a chance to make an easier decision to invest or stay or go downtown. With the program, it gives quite a lot of money to businesses who are willing to put the work and time and effort and money up front into their shops. We've seen businesses from this grant program make the decision to stay in the downtown rather than close their doors completely or to relocate somewhere else within Alberta or even within the region. And we've also seen new businesses pop up as a result of having that little bit of extra financial injection into their business and making it a bit more easier and attractive for them to choose downtown versus another location.
If I'm a business downtown, like how long is this program going to be around for, and what's involved?
So over the course of it, starting in 2020, we've had a few different iterations or phases of it. So we're now into our latest phase, which closes in May of 2026. If a business was to apply and get approved by May of 2026, they still have 18 months to actually complete the work. So while the actual grant program itself closes in May of 2026, they have another year and a half after that to actually complete it and then get reimbursed. There's a lot of incentive that exists through the program. We've got 4 major grant types that are encouraged or offered. We have the mural grant program, we have the premises improvement program, we have the interior improvement, and we also have the exterior improvement program.
What are some of the things about Fort McMurray that surprised you when you moved here?
What really surprised me, I'd say number one is the opportunity here. There's a lot of If you want to be involved in things, whether it's career-wise or professional, volunteer, whatever that looks like to you, the opportunity is there. In terms of your career, there's pretty much a path, like you create your own path in Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo. For me, it's been a really good learning opportunity because we are a city, but we also have rural areas. We have Indigenous areas, including the Métis and the First Nations. So it's been a huge learning experience for me, and you're able to touch on so many different aspects of planning and development in one area. That's what I like about Wood Buffalo. We always encourage businesses that are interested in knowing more about the program. One, all the information is online at rmwb.ca, but we also encourage a pre-application meeting. And it gives you an opportunity to sit down with our planners and to go through what kind of project you have envisioned, and they can give you more information as to whether or not what you're thinking is eligible or not. And you also might get some ideas from our staff as well, but at least it gives you a sense of, okay, you're on the right track for your application. Once you fill in your application for your grant, it gets submitted to our team. It's reviewed, and then you're able to go through the steps of executing the agreement, and then your construction or renovation or whatever it is you're doing, your project takes place. Once your project is completed, then you come back to the municipality for your reimbursement.